What's happening, everyone? TLP, the Liverpool Prophet, back again with another match reaction. So, Liverpool have officially beaten Barnsley by 4 goals to 1 at Anfield to progress to the next round of the FA Cup. We are through. We're going to the next round where we will take on Brighton, which will be a very interesting game considering they just beat our rivals Manchester United in the previous round as well. So, we're due. That's the main thing. We didn't muck it up. There was no strange business. We just got the job done and won the game. Of course, going to be giving you guys the reaction. So if you are new to the channel, you know what to do. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Turn notifications on as well so you know whenever content drops. And get down below in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on today's game, the performance, everything, the goal scored. Let me know all of it down below. Always interesting to hear and see what other Liverpool fans have to think and have to feel. So yeah, like, subscribe, and comment. Without further ado, having said all of that, let's just get straight into the match reaction, should I say. So I'm going to be honest. We start off with the team. The manager actually put a decent team out there. He actually went stronger than I expected him to go. When I did my preview, I had the likes of Neonai playing. I had the likes of Nalo playing. But I looked at the team. Van Dijk played. Robertson played. Frimpong played. Szoboszlai played. Gakpo played. So the manager went relatively strong with his team selection against Barnsley, which was weird, but I'm glad he did it. Like I said in my preview, I want us to take this competition seriously. I want the manager to take this competition seriously because this is our only real chance that I look at and think we can have that as silverware, win that. So I'm glad the manager went strong at the end of the day. I know a lot of people aren't really a fan of going strong in cup games because you don't want to risk injuries, but for us, we haven't really got much to play for. Like I said, we're out of the Premier League title race. We're well out of that, actually. We're in the top 4 race there. We're not going to win the Champions League, bar a miracle. We're out of the Carabao Cup. This is our only chance at silverware. So I know people are annoyed, or will be annoyed, that the manager went strong and he ran the risk of players getting injured. But when you look at what competitions we have left, this is it. This is it. So I'm down for criticising Slot. I always criticise the manager, but for this one, I don't blame him for going strong because I look at this competition and see us needing to win it. We need some sort of silverware to back up the money we spent in the summer, whether it's an FA Cup, whatever. Even though you think it might not be good enough, a trophy is a trophy to me. So for me, I'm happy the manager went relatively strong. Some people will agree, some people will disagree, whatever. It's cool. But let me know your thoughts down below. But the lineup was strong. Van Dijk, Gomez, Frimpong. The only one who didn't really start of note was Alisson. That's fine. Mamardashvili can play. But other than that, a relatively strong team. You'd think on paper, considering we went really strong, it would be a walk in the park, a 6-7-0 game. But I've got to be totally honest, everyone. The first half, I have to credit Barnsley a lot. I believe Barnsley, I did have a look before the game. They are a League One side, so they're not Championship, they're League One. But they were very brave. They played very, very, very bravely today. And if they had a bit more quality, that easily could have been a different game. A much, much different game because we won the ropes. We were struggling. They really took the game to us. When they went forward, literally the first 2 minutes of the game, they hit the post. Every time they went forward with the ball, they were causing us problems. So credit to them. It takes a lot of guts to come to Anfield and play the way they did. I know they lost 4-1. I know the scoreline, will look at it. People look at the scoreline and think, okay, they lost heavily. But I think they played very well and they can be proud leaving that game. Of course, they didn't advance and that's going to be disappointing. But they came to Anfield and for most of that game, it was 2-1. It was 2-1. Liverpool on the ropes. They were pushing us all the way. They were giving us a good run for our money. So I have to say, I think they played very well. The first half especially, they played well. So credit to Barnsley. Really, did Liverpool have a great performance today? Did we play well? No. But did we ever play well, really? No. But we got the job done with our quality, I suppose. The reason we were 2-0 up to begin with, undeservedly 2-0 up maybe, was because of the 2 absolute wonder goals from our players. Szoboszlai, again, steps up, absolute brilliant finish, top binge from all the way out there. Another stunner from him. Frimpong as well, a great goal from Frimpong. So 2 very, very good goals today won us that game. Brilliant finishes from both players. And I'm very happy for both players as well, especially Frimpong, because I've been wanting him to score more and to get on the scoreboard a bit more. Show us all why he's worth, why we bought him. And I think he did that well today. So big up to Jeremy Frimpong. And of course, big up to Dominic Szoboszlai as well. What can you even say about Dominic Szoboszlai at this point? You run out of words to praise a player, and he's just week after week. I'm just full of praises for the guy. He's so good. He's genuinely so good. So yeah, a great goal, and we'll take it. Unfortunately for Szoboszlai, despite scoring the goal, he did muck up at the other end. The reason Barnsley got a goal to begin with was because of Szoboszlai's mistake with Really, look, he's got to be doing better there. I don't want to criticise him and that, but he's got to be doing better. I don't know what Szoboszlai was trying to do, whether he was backheeling it, whether he was, trying to be smart, but that just screams of a bit of arrogance to me, and he got done there. And I'm sure he knows he could have really screwed us over there on another day that could have ended up being a major momentum shifter in the game, but he didn't. I'm not going to get on Szoboszlai too much because of how good and reliable he's been this season, but that's something he should definitely learn from going ahead. I'd rather he does that against Barnsley in the FA Cup than in a league game, I'll be totally honest, because it'll get highlighted more. So Szoboszlai scored, and I think overall he had a very good first half, but that mistake there that led to Barnsley getting a goal, I can't lie, he's got to be doing much better there. So that is the only negative I can say about Szoboszlai today. Other than that, he was very good, but of course he made a mistake that led to a goal. It's going to get highlighted, I suppose. Still had a great performance though. I won't get on to him. He'll learn from that. He'll brush it off, and he'll be back better and stronger than ever before, as per usual. We know that. So yeah, we were 2-1 up going into half time. I'll be honest, like I said, other than the two wonder goals from Szoboszlai and Frimpong, did Liverpool really do anything in that first half? No, we didn't. Genuinely, we did nothing. Barnsley, I think, arguably were the better side. They were taking the game to us. They were causing us problems. I thought they were very, very unlucky to go in 2-1 down, and I think 2-1 is a fair reflection, I suppose. It would have been fair if it was 0-0 at half time, but due to our quality with the two goals that we scored, we were winning the game. Second half comes around. Look, let's be honest, the second half was poor. Very poor in the second half, I felt personally, considering the players we had on the pitch, considering the bench we had as well. We had a relatively strong bench as well today, unlike usually when we have a poor bench. Bench was strong, team was starting 11 was strong. Second half was very poor. Barnsley had us on the ropes. We were going life and death with them. We won 4-1, but the 4-1 doesn't really reflect on the scoreline, let's be honest, on the game, sorry, because the game and the performance wasn't great. Barnsley were much better than the scoreline suggests. Liverpool were a lot poorer than the scoreline suggests. So it's one of them ones where the 4-1 doesn't tell the whole story of the game. Second half, Barnsley, I felt, were very good. They were still playing. They did exactly what they did in the first half in the second half too. They didn't try and shut up shop. They didn't try and approach the game differently. They tried to give it a go. So credit to them. Look, they had nothing to lose, and I respect them a lot for coming to Anfield and doing that. If it was at their ground, I would have said, okay, they had the crowd behind them. They're going to play like that. But to come to Anfield and give it a go like that, I credit any team who does that, because it's a really, really brave and heroic thing to do. So again, they deserve massive respect. For a large part of that game, up until the last 10 minutes, it was 2-1, and they had us on the ropes. And I think a lot of us had that fear in the back of our mind. Are they going to equalise? Is this going to end up becoming what we all think is going to happen? But you know what? To be fair to Liverpool, I think our quality just got us over the line in this game. The performance wasn't great, but the quality of players, individual brilliance again, got us over the line. And that's exactly what happened in the last 10 minutes. Wirtz came onto the pitch. He should have scored before getting his goal. Szoboszlai played a beautiful ball into him, and he just skied it. Has to do better there when he has that opportunity. But he did rectify it, and he did score again a couple of minutes later, making it 3-1. A very good finish from Wirtz, and that's now Wirtz's third goal. So I'm happy that Wirtz is finally scoring. It was a good goal. People are going to say it's Barnsley. People are going to discredit it. Whatever, cool. It's not going to take away from the fact that it was a really, really good finish from him. So I'm glad Wirtz is starting to score more. Scored against Wolves. Scored against who else did he score against? Who else did Wirtz score against? Fulham. Scored against Fulham, and of course scored again today. So 3 goals. Not much to be hyping up about though, considering how much we paid for him in the summer. Probably should have more goals than that, but I'm glad he's finally started to come into his own. And then, of course, towards the end of the game, Hugo Ekitike comes on and makes it 4-1. Again, another good finish by Hugo. Glad to see him back as well. Think we have missed Hugo over the last 2 games against Fulham and Arsenal. We have a finisher against Arsenal. I think we walk away with 3 points. Maybe Ekitike plays the Fulham game. It ends up a bit different. Who knows? But glad to see him back. Glad to see him get a goal on his return as well. And we walk out 4-1 winners. we'll take it. Was it a 4-1 game? Like I've said throughout the whole reaction. No, it wasn't a 4-1 game. Probably should have been closer. Probably didn't deserve a 4-1, but the quality we have compared to the quality Barnsley have, let's be honest, it's night and day. We have a lot more quality in our team, a lot more players in our team that can make a difference to compared to them. Don't know if they were at full strength. I'm assuming they were at full strength. So, yeah, but again, is it a performance that inspires you going into the next round when we face a better opposition? No, it's not. It's not. Is it a performance that the manager will have wanted on a day that another manager becomes available? Which, by the way, we will talk about the news regarding Real Madrid in tomorrow's Liverpool talk video. I'm going to save that for tomorrow. Go into a lot of detail on that. Other than that, though, we're getting off topic. Is that a performance the manager Slot would have wanted after another manager becomes available? And there's a lot of talk of that manager replacing him. No, it's not. Let's be honest, going life and death against a League One opposition team, like, it's not good. Genuinely, we went life and death with Wolves a couple of weeks ago. Granted, Wolves are, of course, a lot better than Barnsley, but still, you can't be going life and death with these teams. And we cannot be relying on individual brilliance at Anfield against the League One side. It's just not good enough. You know, I don't think any Liverpool fans should sit there and be hyping it up and talking a lot because, look, we needed 2 goals in the last 10 minutes and we need the individual brilliance to get us over the line again. We shouldn't have even conceded a goal, to be fair, because they're a League One opposition. So we shouldn't have even conceded, but it is what it is. If I keep going on, I'm going to sound really negative and it's going to seem like we didn't win the game and we lost. We did win 4-1 and we advanced to the next round of the FA Cup. Look, I'm glad we won. I'm surprised the manager took the game as seriously as he did. I'm glad that he's probably learnt from the Carabao Cup defeat against Palace not to take these competitions for granted. And I think he learnt from that, started a stronger team today. And we got a win. We got a 4-1 win. Granted, maybe it wasn't deserved 4-1 win. Maybe the scoreline didn't reflect the whole game as a whole. But nonetheless, our quality got us over the line and we walk out into the next round of the FA Cup. Our next game in the FA Cup will be Brighton at home. So we play another game against Brighton like we did a couple of weeks ago too. This will be a very interesting game. Obviously, Brighton just knocked Manchester United out of the Carabao Cup. Brighton just knocked Manchester United out of the FA Cup yesterday with their win at Old Trafford. So, of course, they've got a lot more quality in their team than Barnsley have. So, that'll be a much closer game. Brighton, of course, a very good team as well. I think they're going to have an eye on this competition. Considering what the smaller teams did in this competition last year, I'd imagine they'll also look at it and think we can do something similar this season. So they'll take the game seriously. They're a lot more of a quality opposition than Barnsley are, and that will be a much tougher game. And if Liverpool play like that against Brighton, it will be a much harder game, and we're probably going to end up going out. So performance in the next round against Brighton has to be much better. They went to Old Trafford and won 2-1. They're more than capable of coming to Anfield against this Liverpool team and getting a result. So we have to be better in the next round against Brighton. We have to play much better, perform a lot better, and we have to be a lot more switched on than we were today. I think we did get away with it today because of Barnsley's quality in the final third being as poor as it is. It's not surprising because they're a League One team at the end of the day, and League One teams don't have great quality. When they come up against Prem teams or even Championship teams, you see them being out of their depth. And while Barnsley played well today, while they came Anfield and played well, their quality is very, very poor, and that showed, which is why they left with a 4-1 defeat. More quality in the team, different story. But Brighton will have that quality. Brighton will have players that can hurt us. So it's important, in my opinion, that we're a lot more switched on and alert in the game against Brighton in the next round. But we'll talk about that when it comes to it. There was something interesting I saw, though, is that had Manchester United won the game against Brighton, then it would have been Manchester United versus Liverpool in this round. We were robbed. That could have been a really, really good game. That would have been at Anfield too. Could have been the perfect opportunity to get revenge on them for what happened in the league a while back in October. But it is what it is. We take on Brighton. We'll see where it goes. Will the manager go strong against Brighton too? He will have to because Brighton are a much better opposition. And of course, I think he wants to win the competition now. And I hope he wants to win the competition. So I think we will go strong against Brighton. And we'll see where that leads to in the next round, when the next round of the FA Cup comes around. But as for today, I did say we were going to get an easy win. I said the performance might not be great, but with the quality we have, we will score a couple of goals and win the game. And that's exactly what I felt we did today. Not a great performance. Probably wasn't a 4-1 game, but we go out 4-1 winners and we advance to the next round of the Carabao FA Cup. Sorry, we will take that. And we'll see where it goes. Will we win this at the end of the season? Will we be lifting it? Who knows? But I hope we are. And I hope in this poor season that we've had so far, we can look back on it at the end in the summer and say, at least we won a trophy. At least we have something to show for it. So we'll see where it goes. Standout players, I think Szoboszlai was good despite the mistake. Frimpong, I thought, had a good game. Words looked lively when he came on. Ekatike was good, scored a goal. Some good performances in there, 100%. But let's be honest, another thing is that was a strong team we played and Barnsley were pressuring us. So if it was a weaker team and Barnsley were pressuring us, I'd understand it. But that was more or less a full-strength team and we were getting pressure like that at home. Worrying. But look, I'm going to stop complaining. I'm not going to do no more complaining because at the end of the day, we're due to the next round. So we'll take it and we'll move. What happens next? Who knows? But we're due to the next round. Fingers crossed we can win it and go all the way. But let me know your thoughts on the game down below in the comments, or let me know how you feel about the game. Am I being overly negative? Was that a good performance by Liverpool? Were Barnsley hard done by? Let me know everything down below. By the way, the penalty incident, before I forget, that I think was a penalty. I'll be totally honest. I think it should have been a penalty given to them. I think they were hard done by, but whatever. We know what refs are like and that. So it's unfortunate. I think it was a pen, but it didn't get given. So it is what it is at the end of the day. Other than that, everyone, let me know your thoughts down below on the game. Like I said, did Liverpool play well? Was it a good performance? Was it a 4-1 game? Because I don't think it was. Who were your standouts in the game? Let me know it all down below in the comment section. If you have enjoyed the match reaction as well, watching, do drop a like on the video as well. Do subscribe to the channel as well. We are currently 19 subs away from 600, so if you can subscribe, it's much appreciated. Turn notifications on as well so you know whenever content drops. Other than that, people, I am going to be out. I'll be back tomorrow with more Liverpool-related talk. A couple of stories that I've broken out over today and yesterday that I think have to be spoken about. I'm not going to be doing a match review for this game because there's no point really. It's an FA Cup game against Barnsley. Not a point doing a match reaction and going into into too much detail on it. So no match review for this game, sorry, tomorrow. I'm just going to go straight into Liverpool talk, talking about the stories that I've broken. So yeah, other than that, everyone, like, subscribe and comment. I'll be back tomorrow. Speak to you guys soon. TRP out. Liverpool 4-1 win. Due to the next round of the cup. What more can we ask for, I suppose? But yeah, speak to you all soon. Bye for now. Up the Reds. Let's go.